even when the person is with you and the person does certain things, you can easily like pick on those things and just like deduce certain things, imagine things. Like we women, so our minds can like travel. You there, you're so dear. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Relationship Therapy with me. So we're gonna do a quick run through this today, right? You remember we've talked about long distance relationship before, but we only talked about the parts that make your relationship work. So what makes your long distance relationship work, and we gathered some information from couples and stuff. So today we're gonna look at the flip side of it. So what you shouldn't do when you're in a long distance relationship, right? And this is gonna be like a quick run through. Not talking plenty. I've already done the talking plenty. So let's go. So number one, one of the main things I think you should not do when you are in a long distance relationship is to avoid talking to your partner. Like when you wake up, you've not heard from the person, you are fine. You go about your day. Not inside, it's out of mind. No, they have a way they say it, but let's say this is how they say it. I'm saying it this way. You always have to be in communication with the person. Not like calling the person 24/7, but in a day at least you should hear from the person, know how they are doing, let them know that you care, right? Trust. When you always talk about trust, people think that, oh, it's a relationship after all. Of course, if you don't trust the person, you can't be in the relationship with the person. But you know that in a relationship, even when the person is with you and the person does certain things, you can easily like pick on those things and just like deduce certain things, imagine things. Like we women, so our minds can like travel. If you don't know, we have certain like we can overthink. So imagine if your partner is far away from you and you're always like wondering what he's doing because your communication is not that good and he doesn't tell you where he's going, what he's up to and stuff. You can start thinking certain things, especially when you don't really hear from the person. So trust is very important. How do you know that all the people he's working with, they all want platonic relationship with the person? But you shouldn't be thinking about those things. You should trust in your partner. Know that you guys are doing this together, and so it's not as if he's just going to get up or she's just going to get up and betray you, right? Learn to trust. One next point that I write down: try to avoid being jealous. Like, honey, the person has to, he needs friends in his life or her life. So you can't like be behaving like you should not work with this person or she should not work with this person or she should not have this friend in their life. Sometimes we have to check certain things, I understand. But you should not always be jealous when you find the person talking to someone or working with someone a lot. What helps is you trying to know the people around him or the people around her, right? So you find that the person can easily talk to you about those people. But if they start hiding it because you're always jealous when they mention someone's name or post someone, it becomes a problem. Also, one major thing you should do is to talk about your future plans. This is something people shy away from, and I think it's not good. You must always make sure that you are, discussing what your tomorrow is going to be like. You guys are in a distance relationship. When are you closing the gap? What are your future plans? Where are you guys staying? Is the person coming to you? Are you going to the person? What if job comes in? When are you guys getting married? When are kids coming in? I know when people are in a relationship, they don't really think about all these things like marriage, like take your time. But honey, if you're in a relationship, where are you taking it to? Please. You should end up in marriage, right? So just make sure that you guys talk about these things. It also helps you guys to connect and to know each other more, because then you know how many kids the person wants. Does the person even want kids in the first place? And people avoid these conversations because they are not close, and at the end of the day it comes back to bite them. The next one, neglecting personal growth. It's not good. It's not good. you have to improve on yourself so that when the person sees you, they don't see you the same way they saw you before. Like, I know that, like, we don't want any surprises, right? But try as much as possible to work on yourself, or you have matured over the years. If you guys like were together in 2019, say 2019, and it's been like over what, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years since you've not seen each other, when the person sees you, the person should not see you as that same person again. No, try to, be more mature. Is that, I think that's the most important thing. Be more mature for yourself and for the relationship when you guys are together, so it does not seem like the effort is coming from just one person. Self-care, I mean, when I say self-care, like, take care of your skin, take care of your health, take care of yourself. And it's for both ways, not just women, guys too. When I see you, I must be happy. That is my man, right? That's my woman. And this aspect, when I first wrote it down, I was like, I'm not sure if I should add this or not, but I think I should add. Talking about like intimacy and physical connection, like, yes, I said it's that you should definitely not do this before marriage, not do that before marriage. I've already given the list. You can go and watch the other videos and see. But when I talk about physical connection and intimacy, what I mean is that do not avoid talking about these things. Why am I saying that? I know that mostly we as Christians, we try to avoid sex talk. We try to avoid all those things. Don't be too vivid. Going, you go and arouse something you're not supposed to arouse. Don't do that. But don't be too scared to talk about these things, like in future, you guys, your plans, like some new things you have discovered and all those things. It helps keep the connection, right? If you need more advice on that, we can do another video on it where I can tell you what I mean. But today, I just want you to know that when you guys are not together, there's something important about physical connection that is missing in there. Like when you guys are together, when you are sad, the person can hug you, right? But if you are in a distant relationship, the person cannot hug you. So you guys can find a way to make that part that is lacking, work. And it's not easy, but it's possible. So it can be books you guys read together. It can be something you guys do together. That moves me to my next point. So make sure you guys do a lot of activities together. One mistake people do is they don't care. People don't try to cook together. They don't try to eat together. They don't even play games together. They're like, the person is living their life and you're living your life. When you guys come together, sometimes it can be difficult because at the end of the day, I don't really know what the person does in a day, the likes and dislikes of the person. When you try to do certain things together, it helps to shed more light, on how the person does their things. It's not now that when a person comes to my house or I go to the person's house, I do not know where to put this. The toothpaste issue, do not know where to press. But if you try and do things together, you get involved in each other's space, right? So think about that. Think about that aspect. And then this one, which is people neglecting quality time. Quality time can be you guys just sitting in front of the camera, staring at each other and just eating. Like, it's not as if you have anything to talk about. The fact that you're not in each other's spaces does not mean that you cannot spend time together. And it's not just the calls. I don't mean just like making calls and stuff. But you care enough to be in the space of the person. When the person is down, you are there with the person. Like when I'm in my period, I don't even want to talk, but then my partner will just be there on the phone. Then once in a while, be like, Joy, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Even when you get, but the fact that he's there is enough. That's the most important thing. So, any relationship red flags that you should try to avoid when you're in a long distance relationship, that is you being emotionally unavailable, you being deceptive, betraying the person, trying to fight with the person every single time. Like you can nag for the world. Don't do that. Like, don't try to pick fights every single chance you get in a long distance relationship. You can't see, avoid those things. You don't have that luxury that people in the same space have, because they are able to tell when you're okay, when you're not okay. But when you are far, they can't tell. And everybody wants peace of mind, especially guys. So you can't like always be picking fights. Don't break the trust of the person when you're in a long distance relationship and you keep giving reasons to people's doubts. Like, when you break it, sometimes that's it. There's nothing, there's no going back. You are in a long distance relationship, that's not mean don't give boundaries. Please, that thing that people do, I don't like, I don't appreciate it. So this is my advice to you. Still try to give boundaries. The person will share as much as they want to share with you, but you too, you should know that you need to share everything with your partner, right? No secrets. But you should understand that the person might not be telling you this for a reason. Not to say they should hide it, but try to respect their boundaries. If they want to be alone, it's not because I have said that call them every day that you should be on their necks, that why am I calling you and you're not answering. Try to hear their side of their story. You are not there, remember. Respect them. Try to compromise, especially when the time difference and stuff come in. Try to compromise. And finally, check some of the things that make you guys incompatible and start working on it. When you avoid these mistakes, like when you avoid it, it comes back to bite you. If there's something that makes you guys incompatible, try to look for it and work on it. So this is the end of it. But to crown it all, we never leave here without mentioning God. So I'm telling you guys that the major thing that makes your relationship work when you're in a long distance relationship is if you build your trust and your relationship on God, right? When your partner answers to God, you do not fear, because if they go and cheat, they're answering to God. If they go and do anything, they're answering to God. So it makes you have a peace of mind that my partner will not go and do this. Why? Because it's not just because he loves me or because she loves me, but because there is a fear of the Lord in the person. So try to incorporate all this. Prayer, studying is very important. So I'm going to leave you guys here today. I love you so much. You know it. I remain your favorite YouTuber of all time. Have a wonderful and amazing weekend and week. I love you. Bisous. Mwah. Over.
I was once on the other side. Know the void you feel inside. That's why I beckon you. Come the void you feel, I know it's real. Voices that promise you thrill.